Great grand rising, everyone. Great grand rising. As we wake up to this wonderful, beautiful morning, all these exciting things that are happening. Just want to give you a couple of updates now. Over 1 million people have taken that Johnson & Johnson vaccine. And there's a lot of concern about that. So if you're one of them that took that vaccine, now, pretty much being pulled off the shelves, it is really nothing you can do about it. Nothing, because you can't sue the vaccine maker if anything does happen. You can't sue the government. You can't sue the doctors. You can't sue anybody. They're 100% totally protected, and that's real. So I shouldn't get banned off of YouTube for that. That's real. There are issues going on with that. The other vaccines, I'm not going to talk about those. So they had Fauci on there talking about it the other day, and they are kind of tight-lipped about how many people actually got injured. They said 6 people, but usually they don't take something off the market for just 6 people. I mean, birth control kills more people than that, so it's been reported. But this may be a serious issue. So again, everybody make your decisions quite what is best for you and your family. We put the information out there. Use the way that you need to use it. There's a lot more things that are going on. I want to talk about Canada, the place where I live pretty much for 90% of the time. Canada is interning people. What does that mean, interning people? Well, if you're going out on a business trip and coming in, or visitors that are coming in, they are requiring you to get tested before you come back into the country. They are requiring you to get tested when you land. So you go into Ontario or Calgary or something like that. You got to get tested again. If you refuse to get tested or you test positive, they put you into what Carlson Tucker said, an intern camp. They will intern you. They had one report of some guy being, he flew in, I believe it was Calgary. Could have been Ontario. Well, I believe it was Calgary. He flew into Calgary, and they put him in, when he landed, they gave him a test, whatever, and they put him in a black car. Blacked out windows, and he asked the guy, "Where am I going?" And the guy told him, the guy who was driving and the people that he was with whatever, said, "You'll know when you get there." Very scary. Very scary that the country up to the north, or the top of the shelf of the country of North America, a country itself is doing what it's doing in terms of its own population. But what it's going to do over the next 8 months is bring over, I believe it was something like 400,000 people from outside the country, and these people don't have to be quarantined at all. So what the heck is going on up there and around this world? Israel came out with the green card. They came out with that green card. So now in Israel, what happens is that businesses, now the government says we don't have anything to do with it, just like Biden said, we don't have anything to do with these vaccine passports. But in Israel, if what's happening is you cannot go into a store or something like that unless you have your vaccine passport, right? The green pass. And that green pass allows you to do any kind of commerce and all that other type stuff. So very crazy things going on with all this stuff, dealing with this pandemic going around the world. It seems like, they are slowly encroaching, kind of like a python. As it wraps around you, the python, tries to calm you down. So don't worry about the tightness of it. I'm just trying to keep you warm, just trying to keep you warm. And it gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And it seems like this is going around the same thing, but we did say that COVID-9, is certificate of vaccination ID. Certificate of vaccination ID. Break those acronyms down, and you get exactly what we talked about last February. And going into March, about how they're going to be developing these kinds of certificate of vaccination of IDs, and without that, you're not supposed to be able to do anything. So it's kind of crazy. Alito, Aseo, to everybody. Have a great day, great grand rising. The other thing I wanted to get on is that Donald Trump, as it now it's clear that he most likely isn't coming back. We know what's going on as the corporation has been defunct. We know that they filed bankruptcy last February. We now have the signed documents that they did put out into the public, leaked out into the public. So the corporation is defunct. It was supposed to be under a constitutional republic, but they still most likely are operating under a defunct corporation, reorganizing itself, whatever it might be. Not really sure. But the charter is also held in the city of London for the Corporation of the United States. So you can kind of see exactly who's really in charge when it comes down to this discovery doctrine that's still operating in place still today. So you know that Trump isn't coming back. So what Trump is doing now, he's starting his own media platform. And I was told it was going to be called Advise, his own media platform, because you know that Donald Trump, like many other people, like I was about a week ago, was kicked off permanently off every social media platform, where he had over something like 92 million Twitter followers. Was kicked off of that. He had Facebook and Instagram, every media platform you can think of, he was kicked off of. And whether you're a Trump fan or not, you have to be very concerned, because this is depression of information. No different from what the Nazis did or what the Christians did when they began to start ripping apart all these different civilizations, especially here in North America, and throwing 80 to 90% of all of its information into the ocean. They depress the information so you can't know or be able to follow what the truth really is. So Donald Trump is starting his own media platform. What do you think about that? I think that if it works, that might be a platform that maybe the American indigenous people or other people who want to be able to know what's really going on out there, besides the scripted news media, which every news media is scripted. Look at their eyes. Every time that somebody comes on, 98% of it is all scripted. Somebody has written that script for them to speak on the radio, TV. It's crazy, and every once in a while they mess up with the script, and you can see that. So Donald Trump starting his own media platform might be a good thing. Even if you don't like Trump, might be a good thing, because it might be a way for all of us to be able to get back to some remnants of truth, not this some right wing, what people call Nazism or whatever the situation is. But I'm just looking at different platforms that we'll be able to do. These platforms cost, hundreds of millions of dollars to be able to launch and get into place. And right now, our community just doesn't have the resources. I mean, just to be honest with you, no community really has the resources. Whether you're white, black, whatever you are, we just don't have the resources. But this is some of the things that are going on right now. We got to really, make sure you get out there, get out in the sun. It's getting warmer out there now. Grass is growing. Allow that sun to be able to hit you. We're going to have a little bit more on the carbon-12, carbon-7 transformation, because I'm going to let you know, probably in the next show, I'm going to let you know, I'm also doing that show on betrayal. But I'm going to let you know exactly when this carbon-7, carbon-12 transformation actually took place, how it's affecting people. It was reported by NASA in the news. It was also discussed by Dr. Gilbert Blair. He had discussed that, and you're going to be absolutely surprised about the transformation that has been taking place in your body, and possibly why all the other things that are going on right now, to be able to counter-react all of the things that have been going on inside of your system for the past, I'm not going to say so many years. It is amazing about this carbon-7, carbon-12 transformation, and this is the reason why they're unable to actually really make a certain population of the world very sick, because they cannot keep up with the changes and the strengthness of going on inside of these people's bodies, right? Because there's a very serious change that's going on around the earth. We'll get in real deep into that, and I'm going to do a show about that. So that's really serious information. We have more information about the artificial Spirits That Walk Among Us. That's going to be very interesting because that book is almost complete. Had to go back and redo a few things because found out some more information about some more things about the creation stories. That's going to be interesting because most people don't know about the creation story. Also, they don't know about how Christianity took over the world and what that actually means and what it did to the actual information that was coming inside your system naturally. So lots of things going on out there. Beautiful time to be alive. Beautiful time for your soul to be here, because your soul needs to be here in order for you to be able to provide the conduit of that energy for this change that's happening. Yes, great grand rising to you. I appreciate every single one of you being here. I appreciate every single one of you that has stuck with this channel and been with us from the very beginning, which has almost been about 5 years now. I appreciate every single one of you that are knee deep in creating your co-creation communities. And we got a lot more information coming out about that. I got a lot more emails that came in, especially about the co-creation communities, and also about the other things dealing with the medical stuff. So we'll get information out to everybody. Sorry it's so slow. There's just a lot of things to work through, lots of stuff going on. But we're doing things properly. We're doing things right. And things are really moving. But yeah, so we got a lot of information. A lot of great shows that are going on. Great grand rising. You're waking up to another beautiful day because you are beautiful. You're wonderful. You got a great soul inside you. And no matter how much this world tries to beat you down, just remember that you are a soul with a light being. A light being with the soul, an energy of a spark, of an actual star that is flowing around inside of you. And treat your body right, and your body will treat you right. And your light being will be able to still be connected not only to your consciousness, but to your spirit, and be able to control the things that are around you. We are the correction that they've been waiting for. We are. These generations that have been popping up are the correction that the world has been waiting for, and they're scared to death. They're scared to death. You can tell that they're scared to death. You know, I mean, sometimes when you watch these shows and stuff like that, you can tell that, you know, they're just vibrating all over the place. They can't even hide themselves anymore. But anyway, that's the story for another day. I love you. You guys have a great day. Take care. And yeah, watch out for the show Betrayal, Carbon 12, the Carbon 7 transformation, and more information coming out on the counterfeit spirits that walk among us. You are wonderful and you're great. And soon we're going to be having a lot more live stuff going on. And just remember, no matter what you're going through, never surrender. Never give up. Never surrender. Never give up. Allow that light with the soul to shine. Because you